Well, I just saw Captain America Brave New World. Was it as bad as they say?
No.
Was it surprisingly good?
Let's fucking go.
Was it the mid that we thought this movie was going to be for like over a year after following all the news around it? Find out next time on Dragon Ball. No, find out right now because we're going to talk about it right now.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
I want to first talk about what I liked in the movie. Then I'll talk about what I didn't like in the movie. Then I'll get into like if the movie's actually that bad or if I think it's good or if I think it's mid. And then we need to have a conversation about what the quality of this movie means for Marvel Studios in general. What does it mean for the future of Sam Wilson as Cap?
You've got to do better, Senator.
We will get into all of that, but let's just talk about the actual movie film. Man, I just saw it with my eyeballs. So what did I think? Well, I liked that it wasn't longer than it was. In all seriousness, there were a few good things in it. I'll say that I liked the cameos, and I won't do spoilers here. I'll do spoilers later on, but I did like the cameos. They were cool. It was not only fun to see those characters, but the scenes also felt emotional, felt like they had weight, and so that's cool. I thought the Red Hulk looked freaking awesome. The model they used for that character, dope as hell, really fire, and I only wish we would have gotten more of it, which I think everybody's gonna wish for that. There were a few good scenes with Isaiah and with Torres and with Sam, like when they're going to the White House and stuff. Some of that stuff works, some of that stuff's cool. Some of the later sequences work, like some of the later speeches, the later like third act or end of second act dialogue sequences are actually legit, some of the best stuff in the film. And the last action sequence is incredible, right? The one that's the big advertised thing, Hulk versus Captain America, it is dope as hell. But man, oh man, I gotta say, I went into this movie and for me the biggest question was, is this actually as bad as movies like Quantumania, as the show Secret Invasion? Is this really as bad as stuff like Love and Thunder, like some of the lower stuff like Eternals, those things that are considered very low Rotten Tomato scores? And I just felt like there was no way. Like the trailers looked slick enough, the action looked cool enough that personally for me, I was like, bro, there's like no way. There's no way we're really going back to the lows here. And unfortunately, I have to say, I feel like we did. And that's just my opinion. I might be alone or I might be in a minority opinion there. I went with my wife. She really liked the movie. It seemed like the crowd I was with really liked the movie. But it does have that Rotten Tomato score. And a lot of people are shitting on this film. And I just wanted to see for myself, would it work for me? Would it not? Would I really go back to that place of like actively disliking the film? Because that's what it was like for me with some of those other projects, with your Quantumanias, with your Love and Thunder. Eternals, like, I could have gone either way on Eternals, but like, I with these other projects, like I was watching them and I couldn't believe what I was watching. I was getting fucking mad watching the movies. And unfortunately, I have to say, I got mad watching Brave New World. I think it's real bad, guys. I don't like Sam in the movie. He feels so flat. I don't understand his actual emotional core at all. It's given lip service, but there's nothing to really put him through any kind of trials or tribulations to earn it. And there's no real grand decision or big thing at risk. It's almost like even when he could be the outsider, the story just unfolds in such a way that he's just clearly the good guy once again. So there's no real sacrifice made on his part either. So there's like nothing to Sam's arc in this movie, and I feel like they're just playing it way too safe with Sam as Captain America. I felt like the overall pacing and the way the story unfolded was jarring, very uneven, and frankly, really uninteresting. The score of the movie's fantastic, but you can almost feel the score trying to make up for like what the movie lacks, and it feels like the score is trying to like hard carry the film and hard carry the tension and stuff like that, and ultimately it doesn't really work. All the stuff with the leader feels so weird. There's like all this mystery unfolding, all of this intrigue, and Ross is supposed to be the guy that knows about everything that's going on, and it's supposed to feel intriguing, and like there's mystery and you're like, what's happening here? And yet it's all just like explained to you. It's all just told scene by scene. There's no mystery. It's just information and exposition being like shoved at you. I also really didn't like how it felt like the movie was trying to get me to like Sam Wilson. Like it felt like the movie was going, out of its way to try to get you to think Sam's really cool. Holy cow, he stepped up. He's incredible. He's speaking multiple languages in the film. He says some Japanese to the president of Japan, and the president of Japan like literally looks into the camera and tells us, the audience, he knows Japanese. That's really cool, isn't it, guys? And that's like not exactly what happens, but that's pretty much what happens. I think for a lot of Marvel fans, this will be good enough, and there'll probably be a lot of fans that disagree with me and think I'm going too hard on the movie. Like, there's enough here to just kind of ride with it, go along with the ride, even if you don't fully understand everything that's happening, and then action, you know, tension, and then the resolve of the fight and everything after that. So there's like enough here that if you just want to shut your brain off and just kind of enjoy it at that level, sure, I think you can. I think maybe one of the problems for me is that it's so similar in structure to the Winter Soldier that it like makes me compare its different elements to Winter Soldier. And Winter Soldier is like incredible, and there's all this intrigue and the mystery of Hydra actually running S.H.I.E.L.D. and all of that is revealed in such a cool way. And in this movie, there's just nothing that really compares to that. It's cool to know the status of the world. It's cool that Adamantium is playing such a big role in the world affairs and in the future for the planet. And it's dope that the Avengers are going to be coming and that this threat is on the way and all these interesting things. There's cool stuff operating here, but man, oh man, this was not it for me personally. I hope fans feel differently. I hope a ton of Marvel fans like this movie and say, Josh, you're crazy. The critics were crazy. We love this thing. Because if a bunch of fans end up feeling like me, man, that's a bummer, bro. It begins to make you question a lot of things, and it kind of puts a damper on your excitement for some of these future things. But the other weird part about Captain America Brave New World is like we all kind of knew it was going to be bad. There's an article out right now on Vulture where they actually spoke to people that worked on the film, and apparently, according to the people that worked on the movie, a lot of them knew it was going to be bad. Like, they kept shooting this thing, they kept doing it, and they just could tell this shit was not going well. And so in some ways, we're all just going through the motions here because we knew this was kind of a troubled project. We knew it probably wasn't going to be that good, and it's not. And I don't know what the perfect answer is here, man. It seems like they have fire with some of these other projects, and that's great. You know, we can survive a stinker here and there, but it's a shame that the stinker comes now. It's a shame that it had to be Anthony Mackie's first solo Captain America movie. Like, I don't know, maybe you should have really made this shit dope. Like, in my opinion, should have went for it, made this crazy as hell. But I will say I'm still optimistic about the future with Sam because he's about to get 2 movies with the Russo brothers. So Russo brothers, they're like the fucking goats. What they did even to T'Challa and what they did to Spider-Man is better than a lot of the stuff you get in the solo T'Challa, the solo Spider-Man movies within the MCU. So I'm really looking forward to what they could possibly do with Sam in Doomsday. And maybe enough fans do like what Sam did in this movie and feel differently than I, and they would support him anyway. So maybe not like any real permanent damage done to the character of Sam Wilson and his future as Captain America. But I really think they need to obviously do much better from here, right? Like, shit needs to pop off in Doomsday, do some cool stuff with him, and then if you're going to use him in the future, you really got to make it awesome. Like, you have to make it incredible. And as far as the future for Marvel itself, they've got a lot of bangers coming. I wouldn't be surprised if we got some promotional stuff for Daredevil Born Again, like right now, basically, because I think Marvel was prepared for this. I think they knew Brave New World wasn't that great, which is probably why they delayed it into this year and just wanted to give like Deadpool and Wolverine space. Now they dropped this thing, then they're gonna have Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, which look really fire, and Daredevil Born Again, which looks fire. So Marvel should be okay. It's just a shame. I was hoping to be able to enjoy this movie in a way that I could do this video and tell you guys like, dude, the critics are wrong. If you're a big Marvel fan like me, you're gonna love this thing, and maybe you will, but I did not. I found it to be pretty bad, unfortunately. We'll talk more about this on the live stream tomorrow at 11 over on the streaming channel or over on Twitch. I'm not going to go into like crazy spoilers, but I will talk more about stuff I didn't like in the movie, right? So we'll get into that discussion tomorrow. Let me know what you thought about the movie. Do you think I'm crazy? Did you really like it? Do you agree with some of my points? Let me know in the comment section below. And as I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.